archipelago, which means it is a group of islands. It consists of 7,641 islands and basically is surrounded by bodies of water. Our country is located within the Circum-Pacific Seismic Belt. Geographically, this makes the Philippines a disaster-prone country, being able to experience earthquakes, volcanoes, floods, tropical cyclones, and landslides. It is located in Southeast Asia, in the Pacific Ring of Fire, bounded in the west by the South China Sea, in the east by the Pacific Ocean, in the south by the Sulu and Celebes Seas, and in the north by the Bashi Channel. Due to its geographical location, the Philippines is prone to tropical cyclones, which generally produce heavy rains and flooding of large areas, and also strong winds, which result in heavy casualties to human life and destructions to crops and properties. We basically cannot prevent a typhoon or cyclone, but we have the opportunity to do things so we can increase our safety when the time has come. This video will elaborate the things we need to do before, during, and after a typhoon.
Since the rainy season has started, we should be mindful with the current news regarding to the climate and weather, which we can watch on the television, hear in the radio, or read in our social networking sites. It is important to monitor updates about the weather, especially if there is a possibility of a low pressure area or an LPA to develop into a typhoon, and if our area will be affected by it. So the first thing we should do is to listen and keep updated with weather updates and advisories so we can monitor the speed and strength of the LPA or typhoon. We should also know the strength and build a foundation of our houses, if that can handle the upcoming typhoon. It is also important to know whether we are in an area prone in flash floods or landslides. Preparing for evacuation before the typhoon comes is the best thing to do, especially in high-risk areas. So we should be mindful with that information because that will help us to know how to survive in this calamity. Cancel all travel and outdoor activities beforehand. Considering that typhoon is a high risk, it is better to stay at home and monitor the weather than struggle to go outside. It is also important to be a responsible member of your community. So when this kind of calamity happens, we know how to keep watch with the plans regarding to the evacuation in our area. Knowing the best and nearest place for evacuation is necessity. We should check our houses, and if we know that there is some parts that are damaged or broken, repair it. If our properties are important to us, we should also keep monitor to its condition. Prepare a kit. It is important for every household to have an emergency kit that contains medicines, first aid, flashlights, batteries, hygiene products, SOS, and foods that will last for a week. Prepare a contact system to your family and relatives. Cover your important things like documents in a waterproof envelope and keep it tight so it can be protected from water. Put your things, appliances, home, and personal belongings in an elevated place. It can help you preventing it from getting wet and dirty. Before evacuating, make sure to check your houses for its safety against thieves. Lock the doors and shut the windows. Make sure that every electricity and gas are closed thoroughly. Evacuate when it's needed, especially when you're advised by the authorities. Don't forget to bring your pets. They are your family, so never leave them. During a typhoon, listen to weather updates and, if possible, stay alert for any sign of threat in your area and do the following. The first thing we need to do is to remain calm and let go of our anxieties and fears. That will not do good too. Let's focus on the more important things so we can remain our safety. Stay inside your house or on the evacuation center. Refrain yourself from going to different places or locations for your own safety. We need to keep away with possible dangers, so we should remain in the same place. If your area is safe from floods and typhoons, and the drainage system is really good, still, Stay at home and wear warm coats to prevent you from colds. It is also good to drink a hot liquid for you to keep warm. Where lightning is really bad, turn off your electricities, utilities, and lights to prevent circuit problems. Make sure that your pets can keep calm even in this bad weather. There is a chance of them to suffer from anxieties and panic attacks, especially to this kind of weather. Still, you need to keep an update regarding to the weather and advisories. Even after a typhoon has passed, we should still be alert and cautious because its aftermath can still pose danger to us. Here are things to remember after a typhoon. Before returning home, wait for the authorities to announce that it is safe to go back to your area. Still, there is a chance of danger, so stay alert and keep away from structures with damages, fallen trees, damaged power lines, and landslides. When you get back from evacuation center or to your safe place, make sure to check all the outlets of appliances if there are no wet parts to prevent further emergency. Check all the damages in your home and do also check if your things are still complete. Be mindful when making repairs. Sort your wet things out and fix or wash them later. Of course, it is somehow expected that things will get wet, so fill up extra energy for that extra work. Check your house and its parts to possible breeding of mosquitoes. In this type of calamity, water is not the only one we should be alarmed. Dengue and harmful mosquitoes are most likely present in this situation, so remove any rainwater in your area and clean thoroughly. If you got wet in the rain, take a bath. It is important to take care not just to your possessions but to yourself also. Due to the pandemic, it is advised to continue practicing basic health protocols to be protected from the virus inside and outside your homes. Furthermore, when in evacuation centers, keep a face mask, wash your hands with soap and water often, and maintain physical distancing whenever possible.